I wanted to see where the Aucilla River was born, and this is it. I never would have thunk it, but this Florida river starts on soggy hillsides in South Georgia. Just north of Thomasville, Georgia, we hike downhill and watch a waterway come together.
This is called a beech magnolia spruce pine forest, so those are the dominant trees.
In 2008, Beth Grant led the charge to protect a rare, old-growth hardwood forest upslope of Lost Creek. People wanted to protect this forest because it's an intact example of this plant community, but also because it's a headwater for the Aucilla River. There are not many rivers like the Aucilla. Creeks come together in Georgia to form a river channel in Florida. Then, it disappears into the ground, and its water emerges in a series of limestone openings called the Aucilla Sinks. It reemerges for a few miles, and just south of where it joins the Aucilla River, archaeologists found a 14,700-year-old knife. Then the Aucilla goes underground, before emerging and flowing out into the Gulf. We leave the trail and head down slope. It's not long before we start seeing wet spots on the hillside.
In a lot of the forest down here, the big creeks come from seeps, and seeps means that the water table gets higher and higher and closer to the ground, and the water just starts seeping out.
Seeps are groundwater. In Florida, much of our water percolates down into porous limestone rock, which stores water. When water runs into an impermeable rock layer, it pools up and it seeps out of slopes. Soon the seeps organize into small streams. At the bottom of the hill, little streamlets come together and form a muddy mess. Here we see some of my favorite wetland features such as crawfish mounds and sphagnum moss. From this muddy mess emerges Lost Creek.
And so this one flows into the Aucilla, and other ones flow into the Aucilla, and then the Aucilla gets bigger and bigger, and eventually it makes the wonderful thing that you have in Florida.
Hi, this is Rob Diaz de Villegas. I'm WFSU's ecology producer, and I've had a bunch of adventures on the Aucilla and Aucilla rivers, kayaking both rivers, hiking the Aucilla Sinks, and especially exploring the deep archaeological history of both the Aucilla and Aucilla rivers. And you can find those all at wfsu.org/ecology-blog or the WFSU Ecology YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both the Ecology blog and the Ecology YouTube channel for more content on these rivers and other North Florida rivers and wild spaces.